Another way to remember it, alif is the first, right? Ba is one ball on the bottom. Ta is what? Two on the top. And what's the next one? How many does that have? So what sound does 3 make? Tha. So this letter is what? Can you forget that? There's no way you can forget it if you remember. Alif, ba, ball on the bottom. You say ball on the bottom. Ball on the bottom. Ball on the bottom. That's what sound does ball make? Ba. What sound does bottom make? Ba. Ba. So 2 on the top. What sound does 2 make? Ta. And what sound does ta make? Ta. I mean top. Sorry. And then tha is thalatha or 3. So alif, ba, ta, tha. The next one, I want to go do this kind of unorthodox. What's the last state to enter in the Union? United States history, American history. What's the last state? Hawaii. Let's go here. Hawaii. Okay? Hawaii. Who named this state? This was a country, mustaqillah. And it was called Juzul Hawa. It was called the Breeze Islands. Okay? Juzul Hawa. What does that sound like? Ha, wa, yeah. These are also, since this is the last state to enter into the Union, these are the last 3 letters in the Arabic alphabet. Ha, wa, yeah. Everybody say that. Ha, wa, yeah. You can't forget it. Hawaii. Ha, wa, yeah. Ha, wa, yeah. So we got the first 3, alif, ba, ta, and we have the last 3, ha, wa, yeah. We have the third, thalatha, from 3, right? Ta. Now, the next thing I'm going to give you is the hardest part. Jimun, ha, kha. This is the hardest part to learn in the alphabet, and everything else is easy. Alif, ba, ta, tha, jim, ha, kha. Everybody say jim, ha, kha. Say ha. Now say ha, wa, yeah. You see that ha? The ha at the end comes from your stomach. Say heavy. Say hurt. Say hurdle. Okay, that's coming from the bottom of your stomach. The bottom of your throat, actually. You feel it in your stomach. That's ha. Now say hot. Happy. Jalapeno. That's this ha. It's in your mouth. Ha. It's at the back of your throat, actually. Okay? So say ha. Jim, ha, kha. If you grew up and you were a teenager in the late 70s and the early 80s, you watched karate flicks. And if you're not, you got DVDs in the 90s and the 2000s, you know. What does the guy say? He goes, ha, right? He goes, when he does his martial arts, he makes that ha sound, right? He gets beat up, he goes back, he gets his chi up, and he goes, ha. That's the sound that you make when you make ha. Everybody say, ha. Say, ha. And you should feel air being pushed out. Ha. Now hold it. Once you let it out, you have to freeze it. Ha. Like ha. Get ha. That's how it comes. Different from ha. Say healthy. Say ho, ho, ho. That's the other ha. It's not as hard as this one, right? Now the reason why I say this is the hardest construction to learn because of the diacritical mark. What is a diacritical mark?
A dot that's placed on a
Not just a dot. It's a mark. It's a diacritical mark. It's not restricted to being a dot because we may not write this like this. We may write it like that. Let me do this again. I can go like that, and that means tha. That mark right there is different from me when I write like this and make that a yeah. That represents 2 dots. That represents 3 dots. Or if I go like this, and that's a qaf, that represents 2 dots. So it's a mark. A diacritical mark has been defined as any marking made upon similar letters. Otherwise, they are you can't determine between the two. You can't discriminate between two or more letters. So you put a diacritical mark to distinguish one from the other. In Arabic, there are only three, these are the only three letters that are exactly alike and need diacritical marks to distinguish between three of them. Otherwise, it'll only be in pairs. It'll only be in what? Pairs. So once you know alifun, ba'un, ta'un, tha, I shouldn't say that. I got an example here. There's three. Here goes three right here. I stand corrected. These three look exactly alike too. But here, so we have two sets. This is the second set. Jim, ha, kha. Say it.
Jim, ha, kha.
Jim, ha, kha.
Jim, ha, kha.
When I first learned Arabic, I said, well, why isn't it ha, jim, kha? That would make sense to me, right? Because the ha doesn't have any, then the one has on the bottom, then you go to the top. I thought that would have been wiser. Well, Allahu Akbar, he knows better and I don't. So it's jim. You just have to make the mental note to know that the jim comes first and not the ha. Jim is on the bottom, ball on the bottom, okay? Ha, kha. Jim, ha, kha. That is about it. Everything else that we're going to do here today is in what? Pairs. Everything else is in pairs. So I'm going to erase the board, and we're going to go through this very easily. While I'm erasing the board, recite to me the alphabet. No. The modern. Thank you. Alifun, ba'un, ta'un, tha, jim, ha, kha. Dal, dal, ra, zay, sin, shin, sad, dad, ta, dha, ain, ghain, fa, qaf, kaf, lam, mim, nun, ha, wa, ya. Alifun, ba'un, ta'un, tha, jim, ha. Dal, dal, ra, zay, sin, shin, sad, dad, ta, dha, ain, ghain, fa, qaf, kaf, lam, mim, nun. Fa, qaf, kaf. Listen, there's something else I want to show you guys, and I almost forgot. There's another construction that you should easily be able to learn. In English, we have K-L-M-N. Everybody say that. K-L-M-N. 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 Everybody say that. K-L-M-N. Right. In Arabic, we have the same thing. We have kaf. Say kaf. Lam. Mim. Noon. Say kaf, lam, mim, noon.
Kaf, lam, mim, nun.
Like kaf, lam, mim, noon. K-L-M-N. Kaf, lam, mim, noon.
Kaf, lam, mim, nun.
Alifun, ba'un, ta'un, tha.
Alifun, ba'un, ta'un, tha.
Jim, ha, kha.
Jim, ha, kha.
Dal, dal, ra, zay.
Dal, zal, ra, zay.
Sin, shin, sad, dad.
Sin, shin, sad, dad.
Ta, dha, ain, ghain.
Ta, dha, ain, ghain.
Fa, qaf, kaf.
Fa, qaf, kaf.
Lam, mim, noon.
Lam, mim, nun.
Ha, wa, ya.
Ha, wa, ya.
So if you can get to kaf, lam, mim, noon, which you already know that construction, you go right to Hawaii. So it's very easy to learn this. The first part is alifun, ba'un, ta'un, tha, jim, ha, kha. Dal, dal, ra, zay, sin, shin, sad, dad, ta, dha, ain, ghain. Now it stops. Fa, qaf, kaf. Lam, mim, noon, hawa, ya. Real easy. Once we're going to get to the doubles. But right there, when you go fa, qaf, kaf, what is it? Kaf, lam, mim, noon. Lam, mim, noon, alaman. Ha, where, yeah. So learning the traditional, the modern way is not difficult. Learning the traditional way is super easy.